What's up guys, David here from PhoneBuff, and the Samsung Galaxy S5 is capable of doing a lot of different things. So in this video, I'm going to be covering my top 15 tips and tricks that will hopefully help you get the most out of the Galaxy S5 if you already have it, or at the very least give you a better idea of what it's capable of doing if you don't. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so since we're going to be spending a good amount of time tinkering with the settings in this video, the first tip is to change the way the settings are actually displayed by opening them up and pressing the three-dotted menu button at the top right. From here, you can select the view that you like the most, which in my case happens to be the list view. 2. Something I recommend to any Galaxy S5 owner out there who doesn't use S-Voice is disabling the double tap to S-Voice feature on the home button. Do this by going into the settings, tapping on S-Voice, and then unchecking the Open via Home Key option. This can dramatically improve the responsiveness of the home button, as it will no longer need to wait and see if you're double tapping for S-Voice. 3. Speaking of the home button, when you press and hold on it, you get launched straight into Google Now. Pressing and holding on the app switcher will make it act as a dedicated menu button, and pressing and holding on the back key will toggle the multi-window mode on and off. 4. One of the best things about the Galaxy S5 is this big 5.1-inch display, but sometimes it can get to be a little bit too big, so tip number 4 is to resize the screen with a simple swipe in and out from either edge of the display. Enable this feature by going into settings, tapping on one-handed operation, and flicking the switch to the on position. The 5th tip is using the Ultra Power Saving mode to extend the Galaxy S5's battery life from lasting anywhere between a day or two all the way up to well over a week. Do this by swiping down on the notification bar, tapping on the View All button at the top right, and flicking on the Ultra Power Saving toggle. Now, this isn't something that you're going to want to do all the time, as it almost turns the Galaxy S5 into a basic flip phone, but it's still a great way to make sure your phone doesn't die on you when you know you're going to be away from a charger for a long time. 6. If you live in a colder climate and want to wear gloves while using the Galaxy S5, you can do so by going into the main system settings, tapping on display, and then checking the increased touch sensitivity option, which will make the screen work much better with gloves. 7. If you want to take a screenshot on the Galaxy S5, you can do so by either pressing and holding on the power and home button simultaneously, or by simply swiping the edge of your palm across the screen, which is the way that I've personally found to be the easiest. 8. You can hide apps from showing up in the launcher by opening the launcher, hitting the menu button at the top right, tapping on Hide Apps, checking all the apps that you want to hide, and then hitting Done to make them disappear. 9. On the topic of hiding things, if you have a file like a picture or video that you want to keep hidden, you can do so by turning on private mode by swiping down the notification bar with 2 fingers and turning on the private mode toggle. Once private mode is on, all you have to do is go to the file you're trying to hide, press the menu button, and then hit move to private. When you turn the password protected private mode off, any file that you moved into private will no longer show up on the phone. 10. If you've ever had your phone wake you up in the middle of the night only for some stupid notification, you're not alone, so the 10th tip is to enable blocking mode by going into the system settings, tapping on blocking mode, and then setting the switch to on. From this menu, you can select exactly when you don't want to be disturbed and what kind of features you want to be blocked, but if I was you, I'd be sure to specify which contacts are allowed to wake you up in case of an emergency. 11. And speaking of emergencies, if you ever happen to run into trouble yourself, triple press the power button on the Galaxy S5 and it'll automatically text the people on your emergency contact list with your location, a picture, and a sound recording, giving them a good idea of where you are and what's happening to you right away. To enable this feature, and maybe even save your life in the process, go to the main system settings, tap on Safety Assistance, then on Send Help Messages, and then finally flip the switch to the on position. 12. A cool little feature on the Galaxy S5 is Toolbox, which is a persistent floating menu that you can tap on to access up to 5 shortcuts from wherever you are. You can turn Toolbox on via the notification toggles, and you can customize the shortcuts that appear by going into Settings, tapping on Toolbox, tapping on Edit, checking the apps that you want to show up, and then finally hitting Save. When you're done using the feature, simply press and hold on it, move it up to the Remove option, and let go. 13. While the Galaxy S5 has an LED notification light, for a stronger visual cue that you have a new message, go to the main system settings, then accessibility, tap on hearing, and then check the flash notification option to have the flash on the back of the phone light up whenever you get a new notification. 14. By default, whenever you swipe over to the left of the Galaxy S5's home screen, you're taken to the My Magazine app. If for whatever reason you want to disable this, pinch out while on the home screen, tap on the home screen settings, and uncheck the My Magazine option. Alright, so the 15th and final tip for this video is using the number keys on the Samsung keyboard for your own customizable shortcuts. To do this, go into any app where you can see the keyboard, tap the settings icon next to the spacebar, and then tap on the My Shortcuts option. From here, you can set up to 10 shortcuts, one for each number, that are activated when you press and hold on the respective number key. You can use your own commonly used phrases or even information like your name and address. Alright guys, that's it for me in this video. If you found it helpful, show your support with a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more Galaxy S5 coverage just like this. Thank you for watching it. I'll catch you guys in the very next episode.